In modern times, we often associate the concept of an out-of-touch, elite class of rich people with the French Revolution. This calls to mind the famous quote that is often misattributed to the Queen of France during that time, "Let them eat cake." While far from the extreme nature of the French aristocracy, many reactionary right-wingers and conservative right-wingers have noticed that a lot of people who are called celebrities in our world have become much like the French aristocracy. This has resulted in a sort of cultural divide between what so-called celebrities think is good and reasonable and ethical versus what average people, including apolitical average people, think is good and reasonable and ethical. Put simply, many people have come to the belief that celebrities and celebrity culture and Hollywood culture generally has become out of touch. In this series, I will seek to examine why this is the case, why people believe this is the case, and the potential solutions for this problem. I have a confession to make. I hate media that talks endlessly about celebrity drama. And I especially hate shows that endlessly talk about the lives of celebrities. I mean, seriously, who gives a shit about the Kardashians? I could care less about them. So why am I making an entire series dedicated to talking about celebrities? After all, I hate TMZ as much as you do. I don't want this channel to become a TMZ channel. So why am I talking about celebrities? That is the question I am going to answer in this video. When I first started the Wolf YouTube channel on December 30th, 2018, my goal was one thing and one thing only: the promotion of radical right-wing ideas, and specifically white nationalist ideas, to as many people as humanly possible. In practice, of course, my channel has been more of a political commentary channel. It does promote right-wing ideas, but it is, in practice, not my original vision. So what does this have to do with celebrities? Let me explain. Years ago, one of my favorite reactionary YouTubers, The Distributist, did a series on nerd culture and what he thought was wrong with it. In the series, he argued, correctly in my opinion, that nerd culture is fundamentally consumer culture, and that being a nerd is, at its essence, service to a corporate-owned franchise. The Distributist series was officially about nerd culture, but at the very heart of the series, it was a damning critique of consumer culture. Why bring this up? I bring this up because the Distributist series on nerd culture was one of the main inspirations for my series on celebrity culture. Just as the Distributist used nerd culture as a vehicle to attack modern consumer culture, I wanted to use celebrities to attack something else: the companies and rich plutocrats that pay the celebrities. I was originally very, very hesitant to do this series because I did not want to sound like TMZ. However, I also badly wanted to do this series because in order to fight the ruling class, we have to understand the ruling class. And in order to understand the ruling class, we have to understand their culture. What is celebrity culture? It's the culture of the ruling class, but more open to the public. So, it is our advantage or to our advantage to understand the nature of celebrity culture. We are all familiar with terms like limousine liberal or champagne socialist. That is, rich elites who are often snobby progressives that like to virtue signal about their care for the oppressed or supposedly oppressed, while not only being out of touch with the people outside of the ivory tower world, but actively using their political and cultural influence to make life miserable for everyone else. Alex Jones would call these people the globalists. Curtis Yarvin would call them the cathedral. Other people would call them Zog. Whatever we call them, they exist, and this rich champagne socialist subculture is a threat to everything we as dissident right-wingers value. I made this channel in order to promote radical right-wing ideas, as I said before. What better way to do that than to attack the main enemy of the right, the cathedral? What better way of attacking the cathedral than by using celebrity culture to attack the cathedral? Okay, so what am I getting at? As a general rule, the opinions of celebrities are reflections of what the people paying them are thinking. In part 1 of this series, I talked about how social groups influence one's thinking and how one's social group influences one's politics. It is safe to bet that if Mark Ruffalo says something stupid on Twitter, then the stupid thing he says on Twitter is representative of what the cathedral thinks. This is because the cathedral is the social group that he is a part of. You want to understand the cathedral, it will help a lot to understand celebrities. That is why I talk about celebrities. It is to attack the culture that gave birth to them, not celebrities themselves. It is to attack the cathedral. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video or agreed with anything that I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is Wolf signing out.